What up? I'm gonna talk about a couple things. So, if you wanna dive deep and think deep and realize some deeper shit, then follow me down the rabbit hole. Now, growing up, I did not realize anything. And when I say I didn't realize anything, I mean like I didn't understand why a lot of the things that would take place in my life had to happen the way that they did until I was older. A lot of people, when I was younger, when I was a teenager, they tried to tell me, you're not going to understand all this shit until you're older. But that is not what matters. What matters is what you're going to do once you do realize, once you do come into a true reality with what your reality really is. Because people build comfort zones. Now, I've talked about comfort zones so many times. People know that one second I'm here, the next second I'm somewhere else, and nobody knows what the fuck I am thousands of miles away. Until I let them know. If I let them know. Because a lot of trips I take, people don't even know I'm fucking gone. And I come back and nobody even knew I left. That's just how I move. But see, I also have had a life built on not being able to trust anybody that I'm supposed to trust. Like mother and father and family and everything else. I got hurt so much as a kid and as a teenager that as a young man, I was really struggling to come to grips with everything. I didn't know how to wake up and have a peaceful day without tormenting thoughts or PTSD, which I've struggled with PTSD for 6 years. And it happens in periodic times. Randomly it will start happening, usually triggered by something specific, right? And I'll have nightmares for 2 months in a row. And I'll wake up miserable every fucking day. That hasn't happened since last fall. This is the longest that I have gone without night terrors and waking up swinging in fucking years. So now I'm gaining a whole sense of mental stability, emotional stability that I didn't even have before, even when I understood these things. Things that are meant to change will not always change drastically. You will not always see that change right away. And usually the things that you ask for will come in the form of something that you didn't expect. Remember that the universe, God, whatever you believe in, Allah, it doesn't matter. Whatever you believe in, whatever the divine source is for the understanding of how you comprehend it. Because there is divine forces at work in our lives that we cannot see, hear, but we can feel if you get in tune with that. They don't always give you what you want, but they will always give you what you need. And if you pay homage to your ancestors and you create that spirituality within yourself, see, I don't follow any one path. I take the knowledge from each path that I feel is relevant with my understanding of what I've actually experienced, because I've experienced things that most people alive have not experienced. So I walk this earth with realizations that are not only a gift, but a curse. I walk this earth with abilities and spiritual gifts that don't just feel like a gift, but feel like a curse. But really, I'm just stuck with that responsibility because I'm an old soul. And I've developed myself, and I've taken the time to develop myself. People go to day to day to day, day and night, day and night, day and night, day and night, never ever really making significant changes. And as much as I love my pops, he's somebody where I can use that as an example. This man has never in his life truly worked on his anger or his greed or his selfishness or any of that. And he can be, you can sit there and try to talk this man until you're blue in the face to make him understand himself, but he will not. And even if he does understand, he doesn't have the willpower to change. So really, me and Dylan being his sons, we already broke a lot of these generational blockages and curses, me and my brother both, for ourselves in our own lives. But you need to understand something. We don't just have a bloodline. You're not reincarnated into the same family every time you're born. No. But see, that amnesia of the super subconscious and our memories that date back before our birth, and where our soul and our consciousness actually comes from, that's a natural amnesia. You're not supposed to go your whole life, your childhood, knowing who you were or any of that. That's something you have to choose within yourself to find that information, to find that knowledge, to trust yourself and your own intuition, to trust how powerful you are, to develop yourself as your own individual person, to develop your spirituality. You are as powerful as you work on yourself. And if you don't work on yourself, or you throw the blame game and all that, like there's a lot of things that you can honestly blame people for, but you're wasting your energy, your thoughts, all of it, blaming them, when you could just be proving them the fuck wrong. Stop blaming lack of opportunity, people. I stopped letting opportunities pass me by a long time ago. And I know and I trust, I have this unwavering faith since I fucking died and came back. And that faith is only getting stronger. See, I feel really alone in this world. I should rephrase that. I feel alone, but surrounded by people that don't understand me. That used to hurt me. I used to feel like that was a downfall for me. But really it's an advantage. Because the people that truly love me through time, I know that they'll prove it. I know that they'll prove their loyalties to me. But nobody really has. And a lot of people took my kindness for weakness. Took a lot of things the opposite way from how they were supposed to. And there's a lot of people that I have had run-ins or deeper connections with in this life that know damn well that they fucked up with me. And then that they fucked up. Whether the ego lets them admit that to others or not, they know that within themselves. Now I was never a fucking saint, yo. You know what I mean? There's people that I have lost where it was my fault. But way fewer than the people who screwed up with me. So I have dealt with overwhelming bullshit non-stop my whole life. It's just to a point where I'm unstoppable because it doesn't faze me no more. And the more people hate on me or throw that shade towards me, the more powerful I get. So that doesn't bother me no more either. It's disappointing and it's disheartening. It makes me feel bad when I find out somebody that I genuinely cared about, that I thought that was different, turns their back on me or betrays me or says something behind my back that's not true. And I always find out. That's what's most disappointing. Because they'll come around me 100 times after they betray me thinking I don't know. And I'll literally sit there and act like I don't know. But I'm also one of those people where I look out for my people's people. They don't even have to be my people. But if my people have people that aren't my people, but they my people's people, you know what I'm saying? I look out for them too. Like, a lot of people won't involve themselves with their homies' families or anything like that. Like, yo, you guys need anything, fucking holla at me. You feeling bad, holla at me. I'll coach you through. I'll sit here with you. You know what I'm saying? Don't matter if it's your mother, brother, sister, girl, none of that shit. I don't give a fuck. I will sit there and I'll be there for the people that matter to the people that matter to me. Because that's what community is. But see, that's a lot of shit that people don't understand too. So, what I want y'all to start realizing, if you're seeing this video and if you're still sitting here after 9.5 minutes listening to me talk, the only thing I want y'all to realize the most is that day to day you do the same thing routine, and your routine is why nothing is changing in your favor, which creates a stagnant energy. and creates more and more toxicity. Once you become stagnant, the only thing that follows is more toxicity to keep you in that stagnant energy. The further down that path of being stagnant that you go, the more days that you wake up and do the same thing repeatedly, is one more day that you don't have to get on your shit and live your life to the fullest. Because next lifetime, you're not going to remember this one unless you choose to. That's a journey in itself. You might know yourself physically, but until you crush your motherfucking ego, you realize how insignificant you are in this universe, and at the same time realize how special you are, and work on yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, your physical world will never be at its fullest. And you won't live up to your fullest potential if you don't work on those other aspects. My life goes the way that I want it to go. And sometimes I get put in situations I don't want to be in. But I know there's something to learn from it. I look at life differently from many people. But I hope that when my time comes up, whether I'm 25 like Pac, 33 like Jesus, or 85 like my grandfather, I just hope that I made as much of a difference in this life as possible. Because I know that them scales are good and bad. They matter. You don't just have afterlife. You don't just have past lives. You have between lives. And that's where the real secrets lie. That's where the real secrets are. What happens between these lifetimes. Until you've discovered that, or you have some crazy, fatal fucking experience where you die and come back, you're not going to realize that until you search for that shit deep within yourself and you get real honest with yourself. You see, you ain't got to be honest with the whole world, but you do got to be able to look yourself in the motherfucking mirror and be honest with yourself. Your world gets better when you take yourself seriously. Period. Does not matter how many people are in your life. If 99 out of 100 people are toxic, keep the one that isn't. Because that one that isn't is more valuable than all 99 of those toxic motherfuckers. I understand that. I live by that shit. See, and when I started this video, I said, I feel alone but surrounded by people that don't understand me. And that used to make me feel bad. But now I use that to my advantage because I learned from it. Just like I learned from everything. I don't repeat mistakes, and if I do, I don't repeat it more than once or twice. I always learn. You motherfuckers should be obsessed with learning. Because learning and gaining more knowledge, packing more of that shit inside of your mind, your conscious fucking mind, your subconscious mind, your brain, all of it, muscle memory, make your body better, make your spirit better, make yourself more emotionally fulfilled. Make it so you realize that everything you have to be grateful for. Because guess what? When I leave here, it's different every time. I'll be on top of the motherfucking mountain. You know what I mean? And then I'll sink down low. But I'll keep the same energy no matter what. Because I appreciate and value the struggles and the suffering that I have endured as much as I appreciate and value the joy and the love that has entered my life. Love those around you, even if you see right through them. I see through everybody, yo. And nobody is all good. But it's okay. If you understand everything I'm saying right now, you should be guiding people, not breaking them down. Anyways, that's all I had to say. I gotta smoke this joint because I lit this shit 15 minutes ago. I still ain't smoked the whole thing. So I'll holler at y'all later. I just want to spit some knowledge and my thoughts on today, and what I'm thinking about, what I'm going through, what I'm realizing. Because every day I realize something new. Every day I learn something new. It's a king's life indeed. So play your moves right on the motherfucking chessboard and protect your queen and value your pawns. You ain't superior to nobody, even if you gain all the knowledge in this fucking world. You're not superior to the man that knows way less than you, because he still has the potential to surpass you. The underdogs tend to end up on top. Everybody that suffers in this life comes to a point where they have an option. Do they go left? Do they go right? Do you pick the red pill or the blue pill? And what you choose, that's what you stick with. But see, at any point in time, a man can be a vicious, cold-blooded killer for 50 years and then find the Holy Ghost and then really change his mindset. I've seen it. So if you think people can't change or that you can't change, then you are seriously wrong. Because you can. But you have to work on the inside so it reflects on the outside. Because everything in life is cause and effect. A balance between two becoming one. Finding that balance, whether it's mentally, spiritually, emotionally, or physically. Financially, in your business life, your endeavors, your relationships, whatever. Find the balance because it's there. And if you cannot find the balance, do not be afraid to cut those people out of your life. They weigh you down. Everybody deserves love. Everybody deserves dignity. But not everybody believes in themselves enough to believe that they deserve it. So they never receive it. Can you motherfucking dig it? It's your boy LC. I'm out, y'all. I love y'all. Much love and light to all y'all. Now I'm a motherfucking stay, y'all.